Well, greetings and welcome to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the Tiger Pit. Well, what have we here? We have horse trading with Kirby Creek Part 4, the finale. This is a pre-1977 Western 691 Trapper in jigged Delrin. Very simple shield, 0 gaps, really nice color to this jigged Delrin. I will be comparing it to a few other trappers and showing all the trades in this horse trade. Perfect blade centering. This one has half stops. Very nice clip point blade. Now, I heard rumor had it that Western USA, their carbon steel was unsurpassed, unmatched. You can see Western USA 691, almost looks like an 891. Nice mirror polish on this. What a stunning example. Fantastic snap. Very flush. Beautiful clip point blade. Let's see the walk and talk here. And for about the most awesome spay blade there is out there, check out this bad boy. Bam. It just looks right. It looks proportionate. Do a little paper cut test. Yeah. Mo knows how to sharpen a knife. Like I said, rumor had it, this carbon steel was unsurpassed. Wow. Just a razor. Yes, I'd like to compare it to a few other knives. Well, first off, I want to bust out a Case Trapper. Now, it's kind of a newer one, kind of an older one. It is a 2022, last year of the Tang stamp. No half stops, just to give you an idea of the difference. You can see how the bolsters on the Western are kind of reminiscent of the Rough Rider bolsters, a little bit smaller in the back. Here's the clip point blades. Looks like a little bit more meat to the Western. And again, the Western has half stops and the Case does not. This is how a Case Trapper should be. And, well, you know, maybe in the 70s, they were like that. Here is a comparison with the spay blades. Getting a lot of green reflection. At least I have my umbrella down so you don't just see red. But yeah, looking at the spay blades, I definitely like this Western spay blade better. It is very reminiscent of the Rosecraft blade Cockerburl Creek Trapper. Now the nail nick's on the opposite side. It does have a half stop. Very reminiscent. Now there's no swedging on the Western, and the Rosecraft is matte finish, but very, very similar in the tallness of the blade. Let's compare the clip point while we're here and we're at it. I'm just going to open and close this Western 100 times. I absolutely love it. And sometimes I prefer half stops, sometimes I don't. I don't really like them on Stockmans. I don't mind them on Trappers as much. But yeah, you can see blade shape difference. There is one thing I did notice on this Trapper that I found quite interesting. Let's do it up close. Is the bolsters are made to look to be pinched, but they're not. They're actually kind of filed. And I thought, oh, somebody filed it down. But when I went online and looked at all of these, all of them were like that. So it kind of looks like a pinching, maybe just more of an economical way of doing it. Here's the pinch bolster on my case. And this is just kind of a rough file. I mean, not too bad. Just something to be noted. And feeling this, you can kind of feel the transitions in the corners going into the bolsters here. Now, this is an older knife. This Delrin could have gassed off a bit. It could have shrunk a bit. So I'm not sure if this is how they came from the factory or if it has just shrunk over time. I can kind of feel that spun pin a bit. Like I said, it's pre-1977. I don't think Mo or I have any idea when this was made, but looking at all the ones online, this is an exceptional shape. Thank you so much for this, Mo. I really appreciate you opening my eyes to yet another manufacturer. Quality knife. Now, Western also went under the name of Coleman. And sometimes you see the Coleman knives, and those were basically made by Western. What a spectacular piece. I did bring out my 76 Mountain Man just to compare the Delrins. They're kind of similar, but a little different. Jigging's a little different, but it's just jig Delrin from the same era. Looks very nice. It's almost really hard to tell if it's bone or synthetic. They did such a fantastic job with their jig synthetic back then. It really did look like bone. 270s blades right there. Pow! So yeah, those are my comparisons. I'm very happy with this horse trade. Again, this is episode 4. This concludes the 4-episode series of horse trading with Kirby Creek. Now, I did bring everything else out here to lay out. We have the pre-77 limited LB7 number 550. I'm wondering what kind of steel that is, possibly 440C. We also have the, I do believe it was 87 Copperhead Trapper, or Kalen called it a Trapper head. And he said SC stands for second gut. Somebody mentioned it could be Spey Copperhead. And the first one I busted out in this series was my very first Tony Bowes saddle horn. What a very nice saddle horn. Chrome vanadium. And there you have it. There's the 4 knives in the whole series. I'm very happy with this trade. 4 knives for the price of 1. It was a really nice fixed blade for sure. And I would have kept it, but I probably wouldn't have purchased it if Mo hadn't said anything. I'm more into slip joints and folders and lockbacks. So I will definitely use these more than I would ever carry that 819. And Mo, I really hope you are enjoying that knife. Well, thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit. There will be more to come. I have lots of videos. I'm trying to find time to do them in between motorcycle rides and work. I will have horse trading with Mike Adams coming up next. 2-episode series. Thank you for joining me. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.